It's time for the Wendy Williams Show. Today, sexy mistress star Alyssa Milano revealing all about turning 40, motherhood, and her steamy new role. Plus, gossip girl Tika Sumpter, all grown up and working with mega moguls Oprah Winfrey, and big baby news from Jennifer Love Hewitt and Kate Winslet. Now, here's Wendy.
No, it didn't escape. I just got misty. That's when you get misty, but the tears don't escape. I'm periodic, so I'm emotional today. Look, with that said, TMI, we've got a terrific show for you. And lots of juicy hot topics. That R&B star Miguel, friend to the show, jumped on a woman's head, and now she's thinking of suing. Wait until I tell you what her lawyer is saying is her damage. Also, in Atlanta, the Real Housewives star Kenya Moore might be getting evicted. What? Plus, lots of celebrity baby news. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topics. Thank you. I was just catching my breath. I am so, thank you. I love you also. Say, did you watch America's Got Talent last night? Because I wanted to talk about that. Did you watch? You know, I always get skeptical, and I always let you know when I'm skeptical about interchanging parts on TV and stuff, like who was gonna replace Sharon Osbourne. So they told us Heidi Klum and Mel B. Spice, and I was like, do they have an opinion? They are fabulous at the judges' table. Fabulous. Last night was the season opener. Howard Stern, Howie Mandel, Heidi Klum, New, and Mel B. Spice. You all worked really well together. I love the judges' table. I love it. Mel B. Spice had an opinion, Heidi had an opinion, and she's a better judge. Her personality is better on America's Got Talent than it is on Project Runway. You agree? Yeah, you guys saw also, they agree. They agree. Anyway, look. So, America's Got Talent, you watch. If you don't watch, look, it's like a freak show contest. It's better than, like, you know, the singing competitions, because we all don't have an ear, I guess, for music, so all we want to see is fighting with the judges and stuff. But we all love a sideshow at a circus, and that's basically what this show is. But there was this street performer last night. His name is Special Head. And Special Head has a surprising talent. What I love about the show is that it's fun for the whole family, as you see. And you notice that Howard put his X up because Howard is quick on the X trigger. And for the first time in the show's history last night, he put the X up, as in go home, and then took it down. If he's not impressed with an act within the first 5 seconds, he puts the X up. He had no idea what the guy was gonna do. I thought that was fantastic, the floating man. Anyway, Howard Stern, I'll see you on Monday. I'm gonna go on a Sirius satellite show, so I'll see you Monday. And Baba Booey and the gang. And for everyone, get in on the fun. America's Got Talent, okay? Tuesday nights at 9 on NBC. All right, so there's lots of celebrity baby news to report. I am so happy for Jennifer Love Hewitt. I know. She's been here before. When this show was first invented, she was one of my fantasy guests. And, you know, has always been something about her. So she's 34 years old, and she's confirmed with Us Weekly that she and her boyfriend, her client list co-star, Brian Hollisay, yeah, they're expecting. He's the father. At first, I have to be honest, I didn't like the idea that they were dating because she's dated a lot of her co-stars before, you know, in the past. Love is, you know, dated around. She's always been looking for love. And it just hasn't worked out. So when I found out, and you know, she's the boss at the client list show. So she's dating one of her co-stars, which is always sketchy because if his star doesn't rise fast in acting, does he become jealous of her? When you date a co-star, sometimes that's just a random fly-by-night relationship. And now she's all pregnant and everything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is this gonna work out? You know, who is this guy? Is he gonna be using us for our money and our position? Like, who is this guy? So I kept reading, and Us also revealed that they got engaged last week in Italy. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, the baby is a lifelong obligation, but at least you can co-parent from afar if you break up. Now she's gonna have the ring and the paperwork between them. Oh, who is this guy? They've only been dating for 15 months. Who is this guy? You know? So I dug deeper, and guess what he is? An Ivy League graduate, Cornell. I love an Ivy Leaguer. And he worked on Wall Street prior to going out to California. I know, you're my people. Yes, you're my people. Because you know, this whole entertainment thing is a racket, you know, could end tomorrow. But with a fabulous education from Cornell and experience on Wall Street, the money will keep coming in. Good for you, Jennifer Love Hewitt. Good for you. By the way, he is also 34, so, you know, it's good because they're the same age. Okay, so, and now Kate Winslet is pregnant. Which I was surprised to hear that because I thought that Kate was near 50. Well, that's not laughter, I'm near 50. You know, I'm near 52, and all I'm saying is that we don't, you know, we ain't getting pregnant. But Kate is 37. Doesn't she have an older... Anyway, this is her third child by her third baby's father. The story is suddenly sounding very ghetto, isn't it? Except it's not the way it seems. Let me break it down. It sounds ghetto because this is her third baby's father. However, the first one was her husband. They had one child. The second one was also a husband. They had one child. They divorced in between. She dated a little sexy model. You know how if you've ever been divorced, you know what you do. I've been divorced before. You know, you just, want a little hot chippy to make you feel good. You know, but then when she was ready to get serious, she settled down with this guy right here. He's her husband, and he's also the baby's father, and his name is Ned Rock and Roll. Not his birth name. He changed his name legally to Rock and Roll. I had no idea Kate was so fun, though, you know what I mean? Guy named Ned Rock and Roll. What is that growing out of her brain? Anyway, he is the nephew, if you want to know who Ned is, he is the nephew of Sir Richard Branson. He also works within the company, and you know, Richard Branson has more money than the entire island of Manhattan. So Ned Rock and Roll is good. Kate is pregnant, and congratulations. Yeah. So yesterday I was telling you that Naomi Campbell's married billionaire ex-boyfriend, Vlad. Only stories like this get told on this stupid show. This is so stupid. Married billionaire ex-boyfriend, Vlad. All right. They're not together anymore. He broke up with her, and I told you yesterday that he's getting cozy with this Asian 25-year-old model named Lu U. Lu U. There they are getting cozy. Anyway, that was in Ibiza. Lu U was a contestant on Naomi's modeling show called The Face. I know, look, oh, you weren't watching yesterday. Well, I'll fill you in again, okay. What I was telling you is that the face. So Naomi was her mentor for everything, not just modeling, but speaking and, you know, being a model. Do you want to see a picture of them mentoring? Do we have the mentoring picture on the couch? Look, there they are mentoring. And then here goes Lou backstabbing Naomi by getting with her man. Isn't that some mess? I mean, you know, that's very messy. Anyway, the Daily Mail is alleging now, though, see, karma's the B word, that allegedly Lou has been fired from her modeling agency called Mixed Model Management. See, my thing is that Naomi and the billionaire were already broken up, so technically speaking, he was available, but you never poach on somebody else's ex-man. Like, you don't do that. So anyway, the president of the agency said that Lou's contract was terminated, not from a phone call from Naomi, he's not intimating. And I don't know that there's any paperwork that says that Naomi made a phone call. However, you can think what you want, because she is the most sought after supermodel on the planet. So you figure one phone call, and it could be over, but we don't know that that's what happened. The owner of the agency said that Lou has ongoing unprofessional conduct and unacceptable work ethics. I don't know. Because if I were Naomi, I know what I would have done. Anyway, Naomi hasn't directly commented about Lou and Vlad hooking up. However, she did send a tweet. Read between the lines, because it is a read. Just look, here she goes. She says, the moment a person loses appreciation for the goodness others have done for them is the moment they begin their fall. Blessed day, X. Right? And I have to tell you, wouldn't you think that an angry tweet from Naomi would be as angry as she is when she hits people in the head with her, like all violent and ratchety? But no, maybe she's working on her anger management, because that was a very subtle read and very effective and very calm. Mm-hmm. Although Lou might not have a modeling job, but if she sticks with the billionaire, she won't need to work. So it's not exactly like Lou lost out. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's a winner in that whole fight. Anyway, let's talk about Miguel. Now look. Yeah, I know. Well, you keep loving him, we'll keep loving him and keep buying his music, because he's going to need some extra money if this woman sues him. I have to tell you, this is a messy story. Remember, we talked about it in Hot Topics and we showed you the footage. You know, he made headlines recently at the Billboard Awards. He jumped across the mosh pit, of all things, and landed on her head. Boom! Boom! Let's do it again. Just let's look at it. Because now the woman is we talked about it. In my head, we talked about it. When it happened, we said that's a lawsuit right there. Remember? We talked about it. And what had ended up happening was the woman was so starstruck and such a groupie for being at the Billboard Awards that she accepted Miguel's invitation to come backstage and, you know, be treated like a VIP. They gave her a little ice pack. In the meantime, when you're at the Billboard Awards and you're sitting maybe on a folding chair in the hallway, you see everybody walking by and you're taking pictures and texting your friends and stuff like that with an ice pack. Well, honey, I mean, sorry. That's kitchen table talk right there. That's, you know, when you get real comfortable. Well, honey. Well, all I'm saying is she got back to wherever she's from, and I guess there's some of her friends and her family said, doesn't your head hurt? Well, say it does. So look, so now the lady is lawyered up. And her lawyers talked to TMZ. And the lawyer told TMZ that she may have brain damage. I mean, if you're going to say something, don't stop at a hangnail. I mean, take it all the way. I mean, did you see the fall, though? I mean, even if she doesn't have brain damage, you could very well get away with saying you have brain damage after a fall like that. Anyway, look, when her test results come in next week, she'll decide at that point if she wants to We have to keep following this story. I have to tell you, And look, the producers at Billboard are trying to get out of it so they're not liable, I guess, because they told TMZ, the producers, that they told Miguel not to attempt the jump because they thought it was too dangerous. Well, did you tell him in writing? You know? Did you tell him? Oh, gosh, this is just very, very... Listen, I gotta tell you something. Rod Stewart has been sued multiple times for kicking that damn soccer ball in the audience at his concerts. You know, and there was one particular incident that comes to my mind. It was a couple sitting in the audience. He got hit in the head with a soccer ball. She got it with the finger, whatever it was. Anyway, the law says, why don't you just sing? It's like this. You know I'm clumsy on my heels, right? And I walk up in the audience. You don't see this during commercials. A lot of you all, my co-host, you see me struggling in my heels to try to climb the steps and look up at you and, you know, multitask at the same time. Many of my co-hosts offer their hand to help me up the steps. I will not take it. Because if I fall on you, you will be crushed. That's all. All right, let's move along. By the way, even though I'm sitting here doing the hot topics, my mind is so on tonight's dinner, because yesterday, Trisha Yearwood was here. Did you see how she made that steak with the honey and the pineapple juice? I went immediately to the King's grocery store, picked out some nice porterhouses yesterday after the show. As we speak, they're marinating, 24 hours, a little cat marinating. And she taught us how to make that zucchini with the Parmesan. I picked up 4 zucchinis, and I'm making that too. And the only thing that I have to get today is at Williams-Sonoma or someplace. I'm gonna send one of the interns because I'm busy over here doing stuff. But look, that cast iron pan with the lines in it. Did you see Trisha's steak? Let me tell you something. Just go to wendyshow.com. The recipe is there. It just, look, I can't wait to leave and have dinner tonight. So now look, Kenya Moore in Atlanta may be getting evicted from her Atlanta mansion. Well, according to Radar Online, documents were filed alleging that Kenya failed to make full rent payment. She was renting that place, renting the place for the month of May. Kenya's rent is $3,999 a month. What torturous landlord, you know, charges such a random number? And Kenya allegedly paid May's rent, but she only paid $3,151. So we here at Wendy pulled out the calculator. And that means that she shorted her landlord by $848. Sources also say that Kenya's a neighbor from hell. They feel like their property value has gone down because she is not taking care of her own property. I'm talking about maintaining the landscape and the pool. This is why white people get scared when black people move into neighborhoods. I mean, can we talk? Can we just talk about this just for a moment? And it's not just us, but it just happens to be that, you know, when we move into a neighborhood, including me, talk show lady, everybody's always watching to be sure, okay, you got the house, but can you do the landscaping? Will the mailbox always be tilted to the left? You know, Kenya, you're making us all look bad. I'll tell you what, girlfriend, we have about 40 minutes left in our show. You have the telephone number. I'll put you up live. It's 20 minutes after 10 o'clock. You owe $848. I'll pay it if you call and explain your way out of this, please. I know this is not true. Come on, Kenya. Call now. Okay. We got a great show for you. Sexy actress Tika Sumpter is here. You know, Tika stars as a villain on the new show Have and Have Nots on OWN. But up next, everybody, from the new ABC show Mistresses, the lovely and talented Alyssa Milano is here. Don't miss it. We watched our first guest grow up right before our eyes in classic shows like Who's the Boss and Charmed. And now she's starring in the steamy new show called Mistresses. Take a look.
I will have your work done and on your desk by 8 a.m. if you let me take a look at you with that thing.
That's quite an offer.
No work in mine for a mere 10 seconds.
Five seconds.
Done.
Please welcome the beautiful Alyssa Milano. What a clip.
I know, I'm down with the swirl.
I said, yeah, exactly. And look, so the show Mistresses is getting a lot of buzz. Tell everyone the premise of the show.
The premise of the show really is about a group of 4 friends, and they're all dealing with different versions of infidelity in their life.
Now, your character is married.
My character is married, and this is one of her, that clip that's Jason George, and he plays my coworker. And she's dealing with infertility issues in her life with her husband. She can't have a baby, and their relationship has become very stale. And she doesn't feel sexual anymore. And then she goes to work and gets hit on by this guy and sort of looks outside the marriage to feel fulfilled. And it's really actually a heartbreaking storyline that...
What?
No, well, her life explodes.
Oh.
Yeah, by episode 3, her life explodes, and it just keeps getting progressively worse. And it was actually the most emotionally drained I've ever been working on anything. It was definitely different than killing demons on Charmed. Yeah, different kind of demons.
So I heard originally you didn't even want to take the role on Mistresses. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Just because of the title alone, I just, I didn't want to be involved with anything that glamorized adultery.
Look at the married lady. No, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Just the title alone it's so provocative that I was just worried that the show is just going to be that. But it is that, but it also has a lot of heart. And the characters have a lot of depth. And it's a sexy show on top of all of that.
Well, I mean, but it's also refreshing to see that there's an actress, and I know there are many of them, but one with integrity who, based on the principle of not wanting to glamorize mistresses, you almost didn't take the show.
Yeah.
You had to read more into it.
I almost wish the show was called something else, like, 4 friends that make mistakes and then come together to work it out. Something like that.
So now how's baby Milo? Oh. I know. He's almost 2 now, right?
He's 21 months. And, FaceTime is the greatest thing that ever happened. I FaceTimed with him on the way here, actually, and he said, "I love you, Mama."
Okay, so it is true. I was reading that Milo started talking about 4 months, started walking just a few months after that. So you've got a little genius.
I don't know if he's a genius. I do know that he is... He's very smart and very dramatic.
Very dramatic.
He's very, very dramatic.
Are you still breastfeeding?
I'm not. I stopped right before he turned 1. Actually, he stopped. He just decided he didn't want my boob anymore, and I was a little offended, but it was actually, I think, a hard thing for me because it was his decision where, normally I would be like, wait, this is supposed to be my thing.
We don't hear this. It's usually the women who really...
Yeah, he weaned himself.
Well, good for him. Good for you.
Yeah,
good.
I guess.
So now you got your after baby body back.
Well, sort of. I don't think you ever really get it back.
Did you feel pressure?
You know what? To be honest, I did not care to lose the weight at all. I was 170 pounds the day I gave birth to him. I was enormous, and I'm 5'2", so that's really big.
I was gonna say, a little girl like you, that's big.
Yeah, and I loved every aspect of my pregnancy and giving birth and all of it. And after I gave birth, I realized, this body was made to do really profound, incredible things, and it's such a machine. And so I was very kind to myself. I gave myself all the time that I needed. It took me about 18 months. I mean,
to lose the weight.
Yeah, my stomach will never be the same. I've surrendered to that. I just look at my husband and I say, "I'm sorry, honey."
But you're a woman, and we're amazing.
We are amazing.
Yeah, we are.
I mean,
So now, what are your thoughts on the backlash that Kim Kardashian is getting about pregnancy weight?
I think it's horrible. I think it's horrible because who cares? Like, what does it affect anyone's life how big Kim Kardashian gets when she's pregnant?
Yeah.
She, you know, she's enjoying herself. She's enjoying, she looks gorgeous.
She gives good face.
Oh my God, she looks gorgeous.
Look, what is this? I just wanted to look at your tattoo. I'm so distracted. Oh, is that a snake? Here, tattoo cam, Rambo.
It's an Ouroboros.
What's that?
It's an ancient symbol for totality and rebirth, and that's an Om, which is the Buddha sound of creation.
Yes, Om. All right, so happy belated 40th birthday.
Thank you.
I can't believe that you're 40 years old. You were only 10 when you started on Who's the Boss originally, right?
Yeah, that was
So,
a very long time ago.
I heard that your husband did something very special for you. Share.
He did the sweetest thing. So for my 40th birthday, I never went to my prom because I was working on Who's the Boss.
Uh-huh.
And so for my 40th birthday, my husband threw me a surprise prom.
Oh.
Yes.
Now, how did he get you there?
Okay, so he got me there. I was working on Mistresses at the time, and he told me, yeah, that was me walking into the room. He told me that we were going to dinner to meet Gordon Ramsay. And I'm the hugest Gordon Ramsay fan.
Second to me.
Oh, huge.
I love him.
I think MasterChef's like the best show on television. Yeah. So I was freaking out. I thought, what a great birthday present to go have dinner with Gordon Ramsay, and we're going to do it in his kitchen at his place in LA and to London. And I was so excited. So we get there, and my husband said he's going to take us through the back, through the kitchen.
Yes, yes.
And so we did all of that. I'm waiting to see Gordon Ramsay, and he opens the door, and it was this
Everybody
big
in surprise.
And it was so sweet. And he actually, after the surprise, he took me up to a hotel room, and he had 30 prom dresses picked out that he had bought. And I had, you know, the pick of the litter. It was so sweet. It was so
that's
sweet.
really thoughtful.
He's the sweetest. My husband's lovely.
Oh, you've got it all. Listen, everybody, up next, we're going to get Alyssa's thoughts on why troubled childhood stars go through what they go through. We talk about it on Hot Topics. Now we're going to talk about it with Alyssa. So keep it here, okay? Thanks. Too old now, 48. It's like selfish. Hi. So anyway, we were talking girl talk. Alyssa Milano is still here, and you were 10 years old, like we talked about in the last segment, when Who's the Boss came into your life. Do you have, I mean, from the outside looking in, all the characters on that show were so great and warm and touching. Do you have fond memories of being there?
I have amazing memories of being there, and I think in a lot of ways, because growing up in this business is really hard, but being surrounded by that group of people for the 8 years, as well as my incredible family, it was, you know, I had a lot of people to be responsible to. And all of them had great support and wisdom that they shared. And I was very, very lucky to be surrounded by that group of people for those formative years. Yeah.
So what do you make of some of the childhood stars like Amanda Bynes? I saw that you tweeted her out of concern. Did she curse you out?
No, she didn't curse me out. I don't think she saw my tweet. You know, here's my thought on it. I feel like these kids would have a hard time and would be struggling no matter what they did, right? Because if you look back at the family, you know, like Lindsay and the family is very disruptive, right? So I think if Lindsay had gone to high school and then into college, and I think she would have struggled with the same struggles. It's just that we got to watch her struggle because she's in the public eye. So I don't think you can separate, you know, and say that these kids are a product of the entertainment industry. I think kids are a product of their families.
Some adults say that childhood stars get the attention and they're missing that attention. Like with Amanda, she's retired from entertainment. She's a multimillionaireess. Do you think that there's a part of her that misses the attention? So
I think that when it's all that you know, which again goes back to the family and not instilling values and priorities, I think that when that gets taken away or when you decide to give that up, it is an adjustment period, but it only means that there weren't other aspects of that person's life that are fulfilling to her. You know, because, I mean, my parents were so great. They were, still to this day, they tell me I have to have a plan B in case things don't work out.
Smart. Where did you grow up again?
I was born in Brooklyn, and I grew up in Staten Island.
Staten Island. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that angle. It starts with home training, no matter what you do for a living. If you were dragged up instead of raised up, then maybe that's how things turn out.
Yes.
Well, I just wanted to clear up a rumor. So there's this really interesting rumor about you floating around, and it says that you were the inspiration for Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Were you the inspiration for this character?
I actually was, yeah.
Really?
Which I didn't know when it was going on. I didn't know that when it was going on, but I did. They asked me to host the making of The Little Mermaid, and it came out there that the drawing and likeness of The Little Mermaid was based on pictures of me from when I was younger. Which is so cool!
Doesn't that just make you want to dye your hair red and wear clamshell bra all the time?
Yes, that's how I walk around at home, yes.
Well, as usual, delightful conversation with Alyssa Milano, everybody. You make sure that you check out her brand new show. It's called Mistresses. It's Monday nights at 10 on ABC. Keep it here. We'll be right back. I'm so out of breath. We were dancing during the commercial. Have a seat, studio audience. It's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm
Good.
Holly.
Hi,
I have
Holly.
4 girls at home. My 12-year-old is obsessed with the way she looks. She's constantly taking photos of herself, posting them online. How do I get her to stop seeking validation about the way she looks in people's comments?
It's hard because they're at that age, at 12. But you know what? You can let her know that the majority of people who are going to comment are going to do it randomly. She's not going to know who they are, and they're going to be negative. They're going to try to throw her off her game. Even if an outfit looks cute or her hair looks great. You know, one bad comment is going to send her into a tailspin. I would make her stop posting pictures online.
Take it away from her.
Like honestly, I'm going to take your phone away. Like I would make this like punish her. Punish her
That's
for
the only
doing this.
punishment I have anymore is taking the phone.
Well, you know
Nothing
what?
else matters.
I'm taking your phone. And you better not do it because now I have your online password or whatever it is, wherever she posts, and you want to see, you know, whether she's still doing it or not.
Right.
You have to and you're doing it for her own good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, she thinks she looks good, but...
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck, Mom.
Thank you.
Sometimes even your friends don't tell you that you look great because they're such haters. You know, the girls.
Hello.
How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Good. How can I help? I love your hair.
Oh, thank you. My name is Naomi. I'm 51 years old. Actually, in 2 days, I'll be 51.
Good for
Thank
you.
And my fiance is 43. Yeah. So we're planning a wedding. We're in the middle of planning a wedding.
Okay.
He wants a huge traditional wedding with bridesmaids, bells, whistles, and I want something smaller, an intimate wedding. So how do I get him and his family to come on board with my plans?
Is he an only child?
He's not, but he's the baby.
Okay. It doesn't matter. He's acting like a baby right now.
Thank you.
A 43-year-old man has been around the block, and we know a 50-year-old woman has been around the block.
Yeah.
You
a little bit.
Do you want, well, enough that you don't want the bridesmaids?
Right. I don't want the
Are you
bridesmaids.
wearing white?
I don't want to wear white.
Okay, this is about, not for nothing, the wedding is just a party. The relationship is what you guys have to deal with afterwards. The wedding day is about you, not about his family. It's the two of you trapped on a boat. You have to have him talk to his family and tell them basically, back off.
Thank you.
And then, and you take the reins and you plan the day that you want and just tell him to show up and love you, okay?
Excellent.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
By the way, hey, Kenya in Atlanta, you have 15 minutes to call to explain yourself. Keep it here, everybody. Up next, sexy actress Tika Sumpter is here. Stay with us. So, our next guest is a rising star in Hollywood. We loved her on Gossip Girl. We loved her in the movie Sparkle, and now she's starring on the highest-rated debut show on OWN called The Haves and Have-Nots. Take a look.
I won $100,000, and I love that little car you bought for your daughter.
Well, listen to me, little girl. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Like I said, $100,000 cash. Or I burn your little playhouse down.
Please welcome the lovely Tika Sumpter. Dress.
Thank you. It's a little Alaya.
Azzadine Alaya.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Really expensive then.
Thank you.
Let's give you some shoe cam. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
There's the camera.
Oh, there they
Fabulous. I love your whole hookup.
Thank you.
Are you a fashion girl in regular life, or is this a stylist?
Well, I help the stylist, Micah McDonald, and I just want to be comfortable and myself. I don't like putting on things that just because everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
It just has to be comfy for me.
Yeah.
But outside of this, I kind of have like a bohemian vibe.
Yeah, you are really pretty.
Thank you.
You're pretty on TV.
Thank you.
But you're prettier in person.
Thank you.
Look at her. Do you remember
Thank you.
when you were the first black girl on Gossip Girl, and we love to see you there on Gossip Girl?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying your life?
I am. I mean, it's amazing. When I didn't watch Gossip Girl before I was on it, so I didn't know it was such a big deal.
Oh, it was a big deal.
It was a big deal, and you know, people started calling my publicist like, "What about, you know, who's this girl?" Blah blah blah. So, but it was fun, and I had a great storyline, and I got to play a strong woman who didn't need anybody else's money.
Yeah, rich girl.
You know what I mean? I was a rich girl in my own right.
Yeah.
And all the boys liked me. So.
Yeah, you got a chance to kiss a lot of boys on the
did.
show. I didn't realize that you're from New York.
I am. I'm a Queens girl.
You're from Queens.
I'm from Hollis, Queens. And, all right. I was born in Queens and then raised in Long Island. So, yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Your ponytail, by the way, is the business.
Do you love it?
You know what I love about it?
What?
I love your ponytail because your edges are good. So you know they're not, and your kitchen is laid.
It's laid.
It's
my
laid.
My hairstylist. Yeah.
It's really good.
Thank you.
So congratulations on the debut of Have and Has Not.
Thank you.
Have Not.
Thank you. Yeah.
And the ratings for it and everything. Tell us about your character, Candace the villain.
Well, this is Candace is an ambitious young girl who is in law school, paying her way through law school by escorting. And she's trying to get out of the life, okay? And she basically meets this family who she finds an opportunity and she hops on it, literally, and tries to, wait, I didn't mean that.
No, that kind of language works here.
Sorry.
No, we like that's juicy. It sounds juicy, right?
Yeah, she's just kind of like a tornado and she causes a lot of chaos and she's just trying to climb the ladder of success and do it any way she can.
So, you know, I know that your show is on the OWN network,
Right.
but does that mean that Oprah shows up at the, like, have you met her? Have you eaten with her?
Yeah, I met Oprah. Oprah first came on set and she surprised everybody.
Where are you taping?
In Atlanta.
Oh, in Atlanta?
Yeah, in Atlanta.
Okay.
And she came on set and surprised everybody. But before that, she's called me a few times. You know, yeah, it's crazy that Oprah Winfrey, you don't know what to say.
I mean, does she call or does somebody call and then patch her in?
No, she's called me
Does she block her number?
Of course she does. Of course she does. It's Oprah.
Yeah.
But
do you know how to call her?
I know how to get in contact with her.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I know how to get in contact with her.
Yeah.
But we recently had lunch at the Mark Hotel, and it was pretty
Whoa,
amazing.
freeze. Okay. Where is the Mark Hotel?
Okay, actually, the crazy thing is we filmed Gossip Girl there. I was like, this is familiar.
Oh, here in Manhattan.
Here in Manhattan.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you order?
I ordered, they asked me, please do not order a salad.
Okay, so real food.
I ordered real food, pasta.
Did you eat with your fingers?
Let me tell you, there were a few mimosas going on there.
Mimosas, okay, good.
Yeah.
Now, was it just you and Oprah?
It was myself, Oprah, and Gail.
Oh my gosh, you're in!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So life is good. Do you have a little boyfriend or something?
I don't have a boyfriend right now, no.
Yeah?
You guys seem surprised.
Well, because look at you.
Aw, thank you.
And I can't, if you don't mind me asking, I can't get an age on you. Are you 22 or 35? You are like one of those.
Girl, you know we don't tell our
Are you
age
are you in your 30s?
I'm late 20s, early 30s.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
yeah, yeah.
This is good. It was really nice to meet you.
Oh my God, it was so nice to meet you.
Don't be a stranger.
Oh, I
And
won't.
we're watching you.
Thank
the
you.
Haves and Have-Nots. It airs Tuesday nights at 9 on OWN. Up next, everybody, we're going to reveal our audience eye candy of the day. Keep it here. This is Naima Stewart, everybody, and she's our audience eye candy. I love the obvious, the butterfly skirt. Please tell us about everything. And your top knot's cute, too.
Okay. My shirt is from American Apparel, and it was $58. My skirt was from the thrift store, $17. And my shoes are from Necessary Clothing, $30.
Fabulous, cute. Enjoy your Diva Fan. Thank you, Naima. We'll be right back, everyone. Okay, so here's the latest. Kenya Moore wasn't able to call and address her eviction notice because a source is saying that on Kenya's behalf, the source is saying that her response will be filed in court tomorrow. So we'll follow this story. I want to thank all my guests and my fabulous co-hosts today. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow we have 3 outspoken personalities. They're going to join me for this week's Hot Talk panel. It's going to be Garcelle Bouvier, who comes by and sits on the couch to chat. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye-bye.